Hey everybody, what's going on? Eric here with Switch Adapted Toys, and today I'm going to be showing you how to adapt this Fubbles Pop N Swirl bubble machine. And what I mean by Switch Adapt is we're going to make this toy more accessible for a child with disabilities who might lack the fine motor controls to press the toy on and off. We're going to basically rewire it so that we can use an external button, which can be a lot bigger, kind of customized to their needs, so that they can hit that button to essentially turn the toy on and off. So if you're new to Switch Adapted Toys, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our mission is to make play possible for kiddos of all abilities. We do that by creating these how-to videos, teaching people how to Switch Adapt toys, and we have files to 3D print your own Switch button. And everything is for free. It's on our website, all the resources there. The website's www.switchtoys.org. So if you want to find out more, check that out. I want to take a second and say thank you to all of our supporters and all of our donors. We can't do what we do without your support. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you. And if you like this video or if you found it helpful, make sure you hit the like button and hit subscribe to stay up to date on all our latest videos. You can also check out our website on how to join our Discord server. And there it's kind of like our online community where people can come in and ask questions about specific toys that they're having issues with. It's just kind of a place where everyone can collaborate, work together, and make toys and devices more accessible. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to turn the toy over and remove the screws on the back of the toy. All right, so with those screws removed, we should be able to separate the two bottom halves of the toy. And I just removed the screws out of the blue section. We don't need to remove the screws from like the dome here. All right, so this is our switch, and I'm just gonna kind of pull it out so we can get a good look at it. And you can see here that this switch, there's two wires that are going to two of these leads on the switch. So that's exactly where we're going to solder our headphone jack wires to. That will basically bypass this button whenever our button is pressed. Now, one thing to note is that this is a latch style switch, so it stays on when it's pressed, and then you press it again and it turns off. Most standard accessibility switches out there are a momentary switch. So you press the button and it activates, and when you release the button, it deactivates. So for this toy, for a standard switch, the child may have to press and hold the button. Now there are some devices out there, one specifically called the Tiny Switchy, basically turns your standard switch into a latch switch. Those are great options if your child can't press and hold the button. We do have them available on our website if you want to get them there. It's www.switchtoys.org. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind when adapting this toy. So next thing that we need to do is we need to drill a hole through the toy so that we can get our headphone jack wire into the toy to this switch. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we could drill our hole in a few places. We could drill it through this side of the blue base. But what I'd like to do, since I'll have to have my wire fish through here to solder to it, and this will kind of maybe be in the way, this is a perfectly fine way to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill my hole on this side of the toy, and then I'm going to wrap my wire around here so that I can solder it. That way I don't have this piece just kind of in my way when I go to solder it. And a quick note about your headphone jacks. We like to use mono headphone jacks. It basically means that there's only two wires inside. It makes things so much easier to use a mono. Technically, you can use a stereo headphone jack. It has to be wired a certain way, and it's more likely that you're going to screw something up. So while monos can be a little bit harder to find, it's worth finding. We do have them on our website. All the proceeds from everything that we sell basically goes back into us making toys for kiddos and making resources free to everybody. So if you need switches or supplies or anything like that, check out our website. And again, you're probably sick of me saying it. It's www.switchtoys.org. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm missing this kind of where the screw goes into. So I'm going to kind of screw up into this little area here. All right, so now we can go ahead and fish our headphone jack wire through. And I'm just going to pull out a bunch of extra slack here just so I have plenty to work with. So now we're ready to solder. And what I like to do first before I go to solder my wires to the switch is I like to get a little bit of like a ball of solder on the tips of my wires. That way when I go to solder it to the switch, I'm just basically going to be reheating that ball that I put on there. And I don't have to have the solder there, the wire there, the switch there. It makes things a lot easier. All right, so now we can go ahead and solder our headphone jack wire to the switch. Now, when you do this, there is a good chance that you might actually disconnect the wires that are already on the switch. If that happens, you just need to solder them back on. I'm just basically gonna, yep, see that just jumped it right off. Let me go ahead and get that one back on there. I'm just going to reheat this one and try to get it back on there. Just like that. You could also like take the wires off, strip them down, twist them together, but they don't oftentimes leave you a lot of extra slack on the wires that are already in the toy. So if you can do it this way, it might be easier. All right, and let's get the other one soldered. That one popped off too. So I'll get my headphone jack wire on and reattach the original wire. Just like that. You can give them a little bit of a tug and just make sure that they're secure. All right, now we can get our switch cap back on and get the switch back into place. Now before we close this up, we need to make sure that a child can't just yank on this cord and just disconnect everything. So what I like to use is a small zip tie, and I'll put that around the wire on the inside of the toy. And I'm gonna basically glue it to the wire just so it doesn't slip. And this is gonna act like a barrier that won't be able to fit through the hole that we drilled. And that will engage with the side of the toy and kind of relieving the stress off of the connections. So I'm just going to snip off the extra zip tie, and then I'm going to kind of just glue that zip tie around the wire with using some super glue or CA glue, and that will basically just lock it into place. And if you have some, you can use some activator spray, and that'll basically instantly dry that super glue, so that when we pull on it, it can't get pulled through. All right, now we can put the other half back on and screw it back together. All right, so we've got batteries in the toy. I plugged in one of our 3D printed switches. Files are available on our website if you want to print and make your own switch. And let's give it a test. There we go. Now I didn't put any bubbles in there, just so that's why there weren't any coming out. But you can see the fans are moving, everything's working just fine. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, make sure you hit the like button and hit subscribe to stay up to date on all our latest videos. Like I said before, Switch Adapted Toys, we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our mission is to make play possible for kiddos of all abilities. If you want to find out more about Switch Adapted Toys and our mission, or if you want access to our free resources, you can visit www.switchtoys.org. There too, you can get access to our Discord server, where it's just a group of community members that are all about adapting toys and helping one another. So if that's something that interests you, check that out. We'd love to have you. And if you are interested in picking up an adapted toy, but doing it yourself isn't your thing, we do have an online store where we sell some pre-adapted toys that are ready to play with, and all the proceeds go back into making these free resources and these free content for everybody. So if that's something that you need and you're interested in, I encourage you to check it out. You can pick up one of our switches there. You can pick up toys there, all the supplies you need, basically. So I guess that's it. I'm Eric with Switch Adapted Toys. Thanks for checking out this video, and we'll see you next time.
Switch Adapted Toys, making play possible.